Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Strong Collectors Podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about the reveals that we just saw in London. So, this is like the London Comic Con something or another. I'm not sure what the actual title of the show is, but I woke up this morning and there was a ton of legends on the Facebook groups. Jordan
I think they
actually
call
sent
it
me.
a Comic Con over there.
Yeah, it only works with the accent. Otherwise, they wouldn't know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Otherwise, nobody has any clue what you're talking about. So.
All right.
Yeah, no, I was surprised. I didn't even know that was Did you know that
I
was
kind
like
of
a
knew it
thing
was
or
happening. I
happening?
didn't know when it was,
Yeah.
but I knew that the Hasbro team, or I think it was maybe just Dan that went over there for it. I knew they were heading over there, but yeah, I didn't know what the specifics, day, times were going to be. But
hmm
I don't know. It's pretty decent showing of reveals. Before we get into
Yeah.
those, make sure you're subscribed on YouTube so you can get entered in to win one of the posters from Daryl Young. All you have to do is subscribe. You're entered. And you should also like and comment on this video. Tell us what you're excited about. And I respond to all of the comments that are respondable. If you make something unrespondable, then, you know, I won't. But otherwise, I had one of our
I did.
other videos,
I did.
somebody.
We did. Someone asked if for me to tell you that they want you to be their daddy,
That's what I was just going to
which
say.
I wasn't sure how to interpret that.
I didn't either. I just said that neither one of us were prepared to be fathers. we
Not sure if that's the kind of daddy she was talking about, though.
Oh, well, if they're looking for a sugar daddy, I spend way too much money on toys, and
They're
they should
like,
find somebody
he's
else.
he's got a Galactus. He's got to have money.
Exactly. Yeah, no, that was exactly what I was going to bring up, and I was equally confused and flattered. I don't know. But yeah, leave us a comment, and maybe you will top that person for weirdest comment made on the YouTube. So let's get into some of these reveals, Jordan. So first
Yes.
off, we see a new Captain America. This is the new
hmm
Ultimate version of Captain America. What do
Yes.
you think about this guy?
Um. Yeah. I mean, it almost looks like a. I wouldn't look at him and be like Ultimate Cap. He kind of
Mm-hmm.
looks more like a mix of modern comic with Ultimate, or maybe it's the newer Ultimate comics. I'm probably thinking of, again, newer, as in the ones that came out 10 years plus years ago. But I more envision like the 2000s Ultimate Cap,
Mm-hmm.
where he's got the more like gray, and then he's just not as bright. He's
Yeah.
kind of more subdued. But I mean, I like that he's got the scales. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
sucker for the Cap scales, chainmail, and all that. So I think he looks good. I mean, do we need another Captain America? I don't know,
Yeah.
but if you want one, well, my question is, what will his shield be like, Dakota? Will it be that stupid clip-on? I can't stand that
I
clip.
can't either.
Like I've got the Toy Biz Cap behind me,
Mm-hmm.
and he had the clip 20 years ago, but he
Right.
also at least had the straps so that it it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. To me, that's pretty bad when they just keep giving you those, because those break. I mean,
It's so
have you
outdated.
broken any of those? Yeah.
I broke my Hydra Supreme clip shield almost immediately, and there's just no fixing that. It's not like where like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you could send that to Bill Maru and he could do something, but it's like he would probably just like switch out that clip for something else, because like if you snap an arm, yeah, you could like reattach that somehow, but these clips
Yeah.
just, it doesn't make sense to keep giving us them, other than like they have the clip made and it's like they don't want to retool it. But I agree, I can't stand those clips. On my Captain America down here, he's I think he's got a Dormammu hand in, because Cap didn't come with like a gripping hand, so I swapped it out for a Dormammu hand, so it's still a red glove, but he can hold the peg, because I'm never gonna, if I can avoid it, I'm never gonna clip another shield on to my figures again, because it's just gonna eventually break. Like, it's not really a matter of if,
Yeah.
it's more a matter of when. So I agree. Good point there. I saw some person on the Facebook groups saying like, oh, is Hasbro just putting this out because now you have to get this Captain America to have a shield without holes in it for your 20th anniversary one. I'm like, that's just kind of a silly thought
Yeah.
because there's so many other Captain Americas you could get that don't have the holes in the shield. And this is Captain America where it's like you should just expect every single year
Yeah.
you're going to get Cap, Iron Man, Wolverine, and Spider-Man. Those are coming
Yeah.
out every year, always. So, I mean, he looks like he's got the two heads for sure. He's got kind of like the normal, like, neutral head, and then he's got like a grimacing, looks like fighting battle action head. He's definitely got at least two pairs of hands, fists, and like wall crawling hands, it looks like. Which I'm sure they're obviously not wall crawling because they're Cap, but
He crawls a lot of walls, dude.
yeah, he's got the pouches, which I think that's really the only thing that makes this an Ultimate Captain America.
Yeah.
Which
Maybe
I kind of
that's
wonder
my
if that belt
issue
is
with it.
removable. Like if you could just like kind of clip that off and then you've just got a normal cap. Because I mean, I guess this one down here's got a belt, but it doesn't have the pouches. I don't know. Anyway, I think it's a decent figure. Looks pinless.
Yeah.
I don't. I thought I'd heard somebody say that it was a brand new body, but I don't think. Well,
Some part of me doubts it.
the star looks a lot more sculpted than the 20th anniversary one.
Yeah.
And the gloves look sculpted. Yeah, it could be a lot of new parts on that, actually. Yeah, I mean,
So comparing to my 20th, looking
here
back at him.
if you go to the third picture I sent you, it's the actual figure on the shelf. Yeah, I think this is actually a lot of new because it's got sculpted stars on the shoulders, like in the scales.
He just kind of looks nothing like an Ultimate Captain America, though, if that's what they're calling it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of from because
in the Ultimates, if I remember right, he's got the chin strap, and then he's got like the gray pants, and then he's got.
I'd have to go back
he
and
has
look
the
because I think
scales.
this might be more from like I'm not sure if it's that Ultimates 2 or what the storyline was, but it's like when he becomes the president. I think this is kind of more in that look.
I was gonna say he looks very presidential in
Yeah,
this sculpt.
it's definitely not the original. So I think they probably did that on purpose so it kind of could mesh with anybody's
Yeah.
Captain America, like any storyline they wanted to put him in. But then this kind of makes me wonder, like we're getting, I mean, we've had Ultimate Iron Man and War Machine. Are we going to get an Ultimate Thor, Ultimate Hawkeye? I don't think they've made an Ultimate Hawkeye.
Right. We have a Legends
Early Hasbro.
Oh,
Like Ares
Yeah,
Build-A-Figure
sorry.
was the War
Right.
Machine, and then I
Right.
think it was
Oh, okay. I thought you were
something
talking more recent.
no, not
I
recently.
could see them redoing that armor though.
I could too,
It's
yeah.
Hasbro.
Yeah, because it's popular enough that and it's Iron Man, so that would make sense. But after this, we get into the
Speaking
Extremis,
of Iron Man,
Extremis Iron Man, which this, if you go back and listen to our leaks, I think actually all of these are going to be from our leaks episode.
yeah,
But this one I'm pretty excited about. Obviously wanting to complete those Mighty Avengers, and like Iron Man had this costume for quite a while, it seemed like this is like the same costume he had for Civil War, wasn't it?
in the comic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had this one for several years. So this is kind of when I was growing up, probably what Iron Man sort of looked like. So
Yeah.
I know when people like love the retros or whatever, this was kind of when I was probably when both of us were getting real into comics.
Right.
More kind of the iconic look. And I think they took a lot of this look for the movie. So
Yeah. Like I think
kind
those
of
like circle
that more
things.
or like the rectangular face, like
Right.
less rounded. He's kind of more edgy, pun intended, because he's a bit of the Extremis story was kind of a darker when he first infuses his body with the kind of crazy stuff. But I think it looks cool. I mean, do we know? Is it just the blast effects, the extra hands, maybe? Or do we not,
yeah,
do
I
we
mean,
know that?
from the two pictures I have of it, he's definitely got two fists and two repulsor hands, and then his repulsors are those like smaller, kind of like flare. It's not the like the ones that came with the stealth Iron Man up there, where it's kind of like wider flare, or even the
Right.
Silver Centurion where it's like a huge flare. This is the like much smaller. I think maybe came with Ironheart possibly. Yeah, same size. So it looks like there's maybe some detail in the like repulsor around his hand where there's some like black mixed in with the yellow. So it gives you at least more than just a single color, which is what we've been getting most of the time. I can't tell if this is all brand new. I want to say that it is. I mean, those like circle things on the hips kind of look similar to the MCU Iron Mans that we've gotten, but other than maybe like the pelvis, everything else I don't recognize, but also I don't have a lot of those MCU ones. So either way, it's pinless. Looks like there's pretty good range of motion. I don't know who's doing the posing in the new, like this, and I think the last two reveals that they've done, their posing for their figures look way cooler for the promotional shots. Like this is kind of that classic like Iron Man coming down on one knee punching the ground. The Spider-Man images looked really good from the last one. So yeah, they're doing a better job of just kind of the like standard poses they usually put them in.
Yeah.
So it makes it look like he's very articulated. After that,
is he? We don't know, but he sure looks articulated.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like that's a picture of the actual figure and not just a digital render. But
no, I know. I'm just messing.
It is kind of hard to tell. But then we get into Killmonger, and this is going to be a part of I'm assuming. Well, actually, I don't know. I was going to say I assume this is a Disney Plus wave, but I don't think it is.
I was going to say he looks like it's the What If. Yeah.
But it looks like it's an Amazon exclusive.
It does say Disney Plus on the slide.
Right. But yeah, so it says What If on the left side. It says Disney Plus, and then it says Amazon. So maybe this is just like a deluxe figure that comes in like as a part of this wave, but isn't like actually a part of the wave, because there's no way they would make this whole Disney Plus wave an Amazon exclusive wave.
I'm going to guess he's just a single figure.
Yeah, I would think so too. So yeah, I guess you got your Killmonger from the What If series.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to say about that one.
I mean, I think he looks pretty fantastic. I don't care about the figure at all, but like the amount of details they put.
More? I don't know. Or I guess we didn't get him in his tactical gear.
Right. I mean, he's got his like armored chest. He's got the baggy pants. He's got the straps, the grenades, the hair. I don't know. It's if you want your Disney Plus figures, I think this one's probably one of the better like What If characters. I mean, What If Cap the zombie is probably the best, but I don't know, it seems like they're putting a lot of sculpting into these What If figures.
Yeah, I'm liking them much more than I liked the Spider-Verse ones. I think they're capturing the like tone or the style of animation much better. So I don't know if it's just because, it's made by Disney themselves, like if they have more access to, I don't know, but
right.
Yeah, I've been liking those.
And then we get, I mean, I don't really have anything else to add to Killmonger. No. Okay. Then we get into what I assume is, or well, what according to the leaks that we got from Rectangular are going to be added in with the 5-pack with Strife and Pretty Boy that we've both seen before. And this is Zero. So he comes with that Doctor Strange. What was that Doctor Strange, the deluxe one?
Defender Strange.
So he's got that portal that Doctor Strange is using a sling ring. This looks pretty similar. It's just like a yellow sling ring portal with some black.
It's got a little bit of difference on the bottom, but the same otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, you have to pack something in.
I mean, I'd have to see how he looks in the comics, but to me it just looks like they just threw in a Doctor Strange effect.
Right.
Maybe.
I would have to look back. I mean, he does make portals. I just don't know if that's how they look, but that's kind of their own like portal effect.
They happen to look exactly like the MCU Doctor Strange portals.
And just like, I mean, I understand why they would do it, because otherwise it's just a plain white figure with 2 circles. And even the figure is a little bit disappointing. Like you've got pins in his legs and his elbow, like arms and legs both have pins. So it's got to be using an older body. No butterfly joints, so I don't know if this is the Bucky Cap mold or what. I would kind of assume so,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah, it doesn't excite. At first, I thought it was when I saw it real quick. I thought it was Spot
right.
because he's going to be supposed to be in the Spider, but they're
Hmm.
probably putting him out with that. But
Yeah,
I
no.
forgot about
I could totally see a
Zero.
uneducated collector thinking that.
Come on,
No,
dude.
I'm just
Look at
kidding.
this display behind me.
But he's also got
Telling me
some.
I'm not a collector?
He's got a
I guess I
logo.
don't have a Galactus, so
You got your Build-A-Figure up there, and we have a Galactus over here. So,
that's true. That's true.
um, he's got the 60 years X-Men logo beside him, which we haven't seen before. Um, so I don't know if they're gonna start adding that to some of the stuff, or I don't. They didn't show this off when they showed Pretty Boy or Strife, so that kind of makes me question a little bit the 5-pack idea. Because then the next two figures have the 60-year X-Men logo. The next one we get is Random. If you've been listening to the podcast, you know that I've been hoping for this figure. Now, I will say this is a pretty terrible picture that I have of Random, but based off this bad picture, it isn't as exciting as I was hoping it would be. Which I don't know. Again, like I've said, I don't know the character too well. But
Beyond knowing that he's got a gun for a hand
right. I mean, I
or a
have like a
cannon.
few issues with him in it, but I don't know, man. It just I'll have to see like an actual figure form because this kind of puts me off of the 5-pack because I was really only interested in maybe keeping Random and Zero
Strife?
and maybe Strife, but I'd probably sell Strife because he's probably going to end up being the most sought after of the 5-pack. But it just like Zero definitely doesn't excite me, and Random is a little disappointing. I mean, I will probably pick up Random loose just because I like him, but I don't think I'm going to get the whole 5-pack just for him. So I don't know. He's
Yeah.
got his sunglasses. He's got a cannon for an arm. I don't know if there's going to be interchangeable hands. It's also like again, it's a bad picture, so I'm kind of guessing, but it looks like his like barbed wire tattoo is like not actually like painted on. It's like a sculpted piece up there. I don't know if you can see that, Jordan, but it's
Not
like
really.
it looks loose, like it would move up and down.
Oh, one of those things. Oh, I
Yeah,
hate those.
I hate
Like
those
with the
too.
Cyclops. Remember I
Right,
had that with the Warlock wave?
exactly. Same. Yeah, I don't know why that would be there. I don't know if that is because it obviously can't be a tattoo. Because why wouldn't you just paint that on there? Why would
Yeah.
you make that a sculpted separate piece? But I don't know. I mean, I'll look
Yeah.
and see what the actual figures and stuff are. This is just a single picture. It's not very good. Then the last one for the 60 years, which rounds out that 5-pack, is Vertigo, which I will say she actually looks a little bit better than I was expecting. Not, I mean, she looks about what I was expecting, but kind of a brighter green than I thought they would use. Um, but again, she's got pins in her knees, and I don't know if you can tell from the picture, Jordan, but it looks like single jointed elbows.
That would be my guess. Yeah,
Oh,
I can't really tell, but
that's sad.
yeah. I mean, I saw people were comparing like her head sculpt is exactly the same as that Sue Storm from which one? Super Scroll Wave?
Oh, okay.
Like there's like a side by side shot. It just looks like the same body, just painted green. But
Dang.
maybe.
I mean, yeah, I would assume so. I don't know what, like, there's
And
nothing you would
she's
need to
the
change.
single, right? She was a single jointed, so that's what makes me think that. But yeah, I can't really tell from the photo.
Why would
It's
they
almost
do
like her
that?
hand is placed perfectly to be blocking
Right.
your
It
elbows.
really is. Like, she's got one elbow behind her torso, and the other
The
one is kind
one's
of
like
like,
a hand in front of it, like
yep.
yeah,
I, I'm assuming that's single jointed because if there's pins in the knees, I doubt it's the Shriek figure. Which why wouldn't you have
yeah.
just repainted the Shriek figure? You could have, but anyway, that again, a whole nother reason
Unfortunately,
not
we're
to
not in
want this five
charge.
pack. So yeah, I mean, if you want your Vertigo, you get old parts. So that's sad. But then they showed some actual figures that they had like out on display. So they had the 3 of the X-Men with the yellow and blue suits. So they had Banshee, Wolverine, and Storm out, which, zooming in on Banshee, he looks like he's got a lot of detail in his face. I'm not sure if I like the detail, but
Dude, what I just hate are those wings, though.
yeah, kind of like
You ever
papery.
had a figure with those?
I haven't had, because it looks like the
Oh,
similar ones to
dude,
Shriek, or
I
not Shriek,
got
but Siren.
the yeah, I got the VHS Storm,
Mm-hmm.
which I really was excited for, and then like those things just kind of ruin it. Like it's such cheap, flimsy like material.
Because it's kind of
It's just
papery, right? It looks papery.
yeah, it feels like it'll like tear in half if you
Mm.
try to do too much with
Which
it. So
I liked what they did with the original Banshee that Hasbro did, where it was like you like pegged in the cloth type cape on the
right.
forearm, the elbow, and the like hip joint. I think that was where it
Yeah,
was.
I'd rather it be a cloth. It just feels really. It feels like one of those cheap, like Party City
Mm.
uh, tablecloths. You know
Yeah,
what I'm talking
that
about?
makes
Like
sense.
when you'd have those as a kid and they just tear. It's like
Yeah.
that's what it feels like to me.
Dang.
So yeah,
I mean, they got Wolverine here too. He's got. I don't know. He doesn't look too bad. His claws. I don't. They don't look like they're the same as the X Force Wolverine, which I think are some of the better claws that they've used. I think they
yeah,
used those for the like heat claws from the Bonebreaker wave, um, which I like those. These look a little bit more like the Apocalypse wave Wolverine claws. Um, but you know, it's Wolverine. Storm looks pretty good. I can't see any of her accessories if she comes with any. Um, and then we see Pretty Boy. Don't see his accessories out with him. I think the figure actually looks pretty decent. Not a figure that I necessarily want, but it's kind of that skinny machine body. I think some people were kind of disappointed that it didn't look lanky enough in the pictures that were posted on the 20th when they announced him. And I think his head actually looks a little bit better proportioned here too, because people also were
mm-hmm.
thinking that his head was too big. But the actual figure looks pretty decent, I think. So
I agree.
yeah,
I mean, I could see people doing fun stuff with that robo body.
yeah,
You know, you can make Ultron drones. That'd be
mm-hmm.
kind of fun.
Yeah. I
Or
think.
like I saw somebody posting wanting to make a custom like Metallo or Brainiac. I
Oh
think I
yeah.
saw.
Okay. Yeah, those make sense.
So that'd be a pretty easy. I mean, you've got the head there, but I don't know how it
I
because
mean,
it
yeah, I
looks like
would.
the like shoulders are kind of part of the human head, right?
Yeah, like his neck is human. So
I'm sure people could figure it out though.
yeah, I
So
think so too. So yeah, that'll be cool. We got a Yelena Belova in her figure form out on display. Again, though, looking at this closer, she's got pins in her knees and it looks like single jointed elbows. So that again is unfortunate. The head sculpt looks pretty good. Accessories are cool, but I would just like I understand we're probably not going to get butterfly joints with a chick for a while. I don't know. Hasbro's got to figure out how to do that. But just like double jointed elbows would make holding a rifle so much easier, I would assume. I mean, I'm
yeah,
probably never going to get this figure. But I don't know. It looks cool. It could have been better. We see Wonder Man in his red coat.
I like the colors on him.
He
I
looks
think
good.
those look good.
Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
like
happy.
that red. That looks cool. I
Kind of like
mean,
a translucent for the glasses.
yeah, I just noticed that.
Yeah, I'm happy
I
with
like
him.
him. I
Yeah.
think, and I think Strucker looks pretty good too.
Yeah.
I mean, is that? I'm looking now. I can't tell from the picture if that's. Remember when I said the scar was sculpted?
Mm. No, I still can't tell either. I
I
would.
mean, what other head would that be though?
Right. Yeah. No. It's got to be a different or like a completely new head. But yeah, I agree. Those two look really good. And then they've got Strife in figure form and Dark Phoenix, which I think Dark Phoenix looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a fan of
Yeah.
those colors on her. Flamey Bird looks good. Yeah, hair is cool. Strife looks good. Love the nipples are sculpted on there.
If you didn't have them, I know, Dakota, you were going to sculpt them yourself.
I
So
would sculpt them in.
glad they didn't make you do that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I
I mean,
noticed you were working on that with Galactus recently.
um, those would be some big nipples. Um, yeah. So it looks like we've got the whole, like, if the rectangular leak was accurate, we've got the whole 5-pack now with Strife, Pretty Boy, Vertigo, Random, and Zero now.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the fence. I'm probably passing on it now. Um, and I don't think I'll get Cap just because I really like my 20th anniversary Cap, and he's gonna probably be my like go-to Captain America for ever now. Um, but Extremis Iron Man is gonna be a for sure pickup. Um, and yeah, I mean, I'm pretty impressed with the showings here. I mean, obviously we had our gripes with like single jointed elbows for females, pins where we could now be pinless, but
Most of my gripes are with the figures that I'm not wanting to get, though, so I'm okay with that.
yeah, exactly. I mean, Iron Man I think looks fabulous, and he's the one I'd mainly want to get. Captain America would be my probably second-ish choice of new figures that they showed that I don't know, I do really like the Ultimate storylines, like the Ultimates 2. Like I remember as a kid watching those movies when they came out and thinking those were so cool. So it would be kind of cool to put together a team if they end up putting more of those out, like Giant Man and Thor. But we'll see. I think for now he's a pass, but yeah, good figures for sure.
I agree.
Final thoughts, Jordan?
We'll see how many of these leaks are coming true, but so far we're on track.
I mean, we're checking off quite a few, it seems like, pretty rapidly here. Because, yeah, even just since we did that, I think we've crossed off maybe 10 or close to that. And probably even more than that. We're probably up to almost 15 because the whole 5-pack is out. The 2 Ultimates, the X-Men 6. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Make sure you're subscribed. Like, share, leave a comment. Tell us which ones you're most excited about, what you're most disappointed from. And until next time, stay strong.